Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Knights of the Alternate Histories. In today's video, we're going to be going over Wacky Ideologies, number 21, Liquid Democracy. Now, Liquid Democracy is pretty cool. It's an alternative form of voting, which I think a lot of people can get behind. And yeah, we'll go into it quite soon. Make sure to join the Discord server if you haven't already. I know Wacky Ideologies gets more view than Alternate Histories, but yeah, go check it out. So what basically is liquid democracy? The very, very basic description of it is people can choose to vote themselves or give their vote to an elector who votes for how many people gave their votes to him. This is done by election methods or really anything. This can be used in many forms of voting, monarcho, democratic as the name implies, and even communist. Liquid democracy comes from a form of democracy, which is the standard form of democracy, everyone gets to vote, and from the electoral democracy, which is the system the US uses, which, instead of everyone getting to vote or the electors getting to vote, you can choose to give your vote to an elector or to vote yourself. This is done so both the popular vote and the national vote all correlate with each other to make things a lot more simpler and easier. So, at the very bottom of the pillar, you have your average citizen, and these guys give their votes to an elector, as we'll see up. These are just people who don't want to go to the polling booth, don't have time, or think if they can get enough people in, they can steal a bunch of votes from the other party, or whoever they're running up against. This would be easier and would be the large strategy of just racing to get as many people to vote in as they can. And this is the second layer. You have the person who's voting, they get 1 vote, and on this graph, the person who's the elector gets 3 votes because they're voting for themselves and 2 others. So whoever has the majority, say one person wants to vote communist and the other person wants to vote monarcho, then if he wants to vote communist, then they vote for communist, and the Marco person also votes communist. They can give their electoral votes to another elector, but that's rare. And the top is the leader. Usually they have to win by the popular vote. Even if the electors give all their votes to them, that means the national vote still goes to that person, including the popular vote, because the elector took the majority and put it all to him. So, say there's 50,000 people in an elector, 26,000 vote for communism, and the other 14,000 vote for monarchy. Well, then if enough people vote for, if enough people give their electoral votes to a certain person, they can just choose themselves as the candidate. It doesn't matter. You don't have to choose a specific person to say, hey, my vote goes for this. You're choosing parties to go for. And, well, hey, you chose to represent this guy, and even though they didn't take the majority in, all of a sudden the majority voted for them, and boom, they're now the king or president. This leads to a lot of granny farming, where they purposely go to old folks' home and be like, hey, yo, grandma, you want to vote for me? No, I mean, you want to give your votes to me? Yeah, sure, okay, who am I voting for? I don't know, sweetie. Okay, I'll just give it to whoever I'm voting for. And that's basically how that would work. They just granny farm to try and get themselves elected or the person they want elected, which is why it's banned in England. So this is why it's a parliamentary and congressional system, so it's kind of a mix between the British and the US government, is because you have parliamentarians where they're constantly voting for themselves or another, but you also get congressional representation, as they could just vote for someone they want, and it's not the person with the most party votes win, which makes things a lot more interesting, and I like this a lot. And lastly, alternate forms in communism works the same way, only with the dictator, but monarchy has the most interesting one, with dukes giving their votes to barons, or barons giving their votes to dukes, and then barons voting for kings, or dukes voting for kings. This is done to just try and balance things out more, so lieges aren't always choosing who they vote for. Say one king wants to put in their brother, but the baron says no, then they can just vote for that person direct. Overall, I rate this ideology 8 out of 10 because it's actually a really good form of democracy, and I would like to see this implemented somewhere because it truly is based and red and blue pilled. So, what's not to love unless you're a communist? I'm just kidding. Unless I'm not. Yeah, I like this. It almost got a 10 out of 10, but just from a little things cut it down to an 8 out of 10. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a little bit different of a format, and I liked this video because it was pretty great. I do truly love liquid democracy, but still, anarcho-capitalism is still 10 out of 10, but this is the closest thing that has come to radicalize it, which is great and pretty amazing, which is why I like this. And I think it's pretty amazing because it's really chill and cool. Wow, what a great video. On the right, that's my most recently uploaded video, and on the left, that's a video I think you should watch because... Oh wait, no, switch those. Anyways, make sure to join the Discord and to like and subscribe because that makes you based in Red Pill. And if you're not, you're a part of the cringe department, excuse me. Anyways, goodbye.